I will tell you, I want to see how many entrepreneurs are in the audience. I want to see how many fellow entrepreneurs I have. Okay, a few hands. So you guys back me up. You know this to be true too. Entrepreneurship is fraught with uncertainty, fraught with the pressure and the weight of having a company that is your responsibility, perhaps even your full financial responsibility, depending on how the company is structured. Just there's a lot on you. And I remember thinking how frustrating this was for me in so many times to know that I was at a crossroads moment and I needed to make a decision about something and I didn't have all the information I needed. Now, that happens to you guys every day. I know that. You're leaders. This is the nature of leadership. But when it's entrepreneurship, it just felt like an even greater weight. And this was kind of back to the sleepless nights thing where I would sit and I would worry and fret and worry about a decision that I was trying to make. And what I was beginning to learn was you can't control everything. As much as we would all like to, you really can't. You have to learn to make the best decisions you can with the information you have and keep on going, knowing that you are smart enough to figure it out as you go. Now let me tell you a story about how that really came to light for me. There was a period of time, so I started the company in 1995, and there was a period of time. It was about 10 years in, so about mid-2000s, actually it began about 2008, that we hit this huge period of growth. It was crazy because you remember what was going on at the time. It was a recession. But that was right when our growth trajectory went like this. We grew over 500% in 5 years. It was a crazy time. And I know I should have been really scared, but I was so excited by growth. I thought, this is, all right, our time has come. We're going to knock it out of the ballpark. Until I began to realize that, oh my goodness, we were not ready for this kind of growth. If you have ever been in a rapidly growing business environment, you will get the story that I'm about to tell you. Because when growth happens really fast, as exciting as it is, you begin to see a lot of pain points in the organization. You need more talent, you need more systems, you need better workflow, and you need it all today. And if you're in a specialized field, or if you're trying to fill specialized positions, especially if you're growing, you tend to try to hire more specialists over time. Those people are hard to come by. And you don't want to make desperate hires. You want to try to find the right people. But then in the meantime, you look and you see your people are working late into the night. The working weeks, they're starting to burn out because you're not able to keep up with the flow. And so I remember this. People would literally run into my office, wringing their hands. You see that look on your face. And they would say, Elise, we have this problem. What are we going to do about it? And it would all just kind of like blah, like a big lump of clay splat on your desk. Here's the problem. What are we going to do? Fret, 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 fret. And I remember at that moment, I would think to myself, well, I have no idea what to do. Because the problem was I'd never been here before. I was a technical specialist in public relations. I was the best PR person I know, and any great PR person will tell you that. I was the best PR person I knew. But all of a sudden, I was trying to become a business management professional, and I was not a classically trained business management professional, but I was trying to figure out how to run operations and finance and HR and systems and tech, and oh my goodness, it was the leases, everything. All of a sudden, I was trying to figure all this out for a growing company. And I thought, well, what are you supposed to say if you don't know? And I thought, well, you can always do the sort of fake it till you make it, which is, here's the answer. And then think, oh, I hope that's the right answer. Or you can say, well, let me think about it overnight and I will come out with a full-blown plan, which is definitely not the way my brain works. Some people can do that, I can't. Or you can do what I ended up doing, which is I thought, I don't think I could fake that very well. I think I just need to tell my people. So I said, I don't know. But I also learned at that moment that that's not where you end the sentence. It's okay to say you don't know, but you have to do whatever it takes to find out. And the best leaders invite their people to help them. So what I would say is, I don't know. What an interesting problem this is. We're going to figure this out, and I need your help to figure out the right and best solution for us. Because we could look around and try to benchmark, although there weren't a lot of rapidly growing companies at that time to benchmark. But you could get consultants and you can try to do everything you can, but you still have to figure out what's right and best for you, right? You have to customize a solution to make sure it really works for you and your team. So I would tell them this, and that didn't give them any comfort at all, which was, she doesn't know. So it was really interesting what happened. I thought to myself, okay, it isn't that I'm not smart, it isn't that I'm not working hard. I know that I have a knowledge gap, and I need to fill it as quickly as I can. So what I did is I got some executive education, and I ended up finding a course called Growing Your Business to Scale. So it was for entrepreneurs like me who are trying to get their companies to the next level. It happened to be in Dartmouth, in New Hampshire. I went in November, which is not a great time to go to New Hampshire. But it didn't matter. I didn't go for the weather at all. I was one of those geeky students who sat like kind of on the front row, like right down here. And I had my laptop popped open, and I have long fingernails, so I'd be typing like this, you know. And I mean, every day I was like right there, because in my mind I'm thinking, I have this burning platform. I have this great company, and it's going to fall apart like a house of cards unless I can figure out what to do. So I'm here for answers. And I remember it's like the second day, there was some guy sitting next to me, and he kind of leaned over at one point and he said, "What are you writing down?" And I looked at him and I said, "Every word that's coming out of the mouth of that guy up the front when he over here taking a nap." I mean, I could not believe it, because I thought, he's not hungry. He's not where I am. He's not hungry. He's not dying to learn, and I am, which is a great place to be, because I will tell you that week the answers came. But they didn't come because some teacher or professor gave it to me. What I did was I put myself in an environment to think deeply and to learn and to put two and two together in my own head and listen to ideas and concepts and then translate them into a solution for us. And so I started sending back these long emails to our team, and I would say, "Okay, I've come up with this idea. Here's what we're going to do about this problem." You know, and about the third or fourth day, they wrote me a note back in group, and they said, "Stop sending emails. You're scaring us." And I thought, that's okay. It's okay. They know I'm coming back with a plan. And in the end, that's what I did. I came back with a 4-point plan to focus on what I thought is sort of like the pillars, you know, of our house. It'd be operations, growth, like how to handle and manage growth, people, of course, and culture, because I knew that was really, really important to me. And I thought, if you have those 4 pillars strong, you can build a skyscraper with a good foundation of legal and financial sense, of course, but that's the house I wanted to build. And sure enough, that's what we set about building, investing and paying attention to and nurturing these different parts of the house. And it was really a fantastic time for us. And I just walked away from that whole experience going, you know, it's okay not to know, but you can't end the sentence there. You must do whatever it takes to find out. And to me, that is just actually you acknowledging in yourself how much you want to be a learning leader. And you do so much for yourself and your people when you do that, because you role model learning to them, which is, she's not pretending to have all the answers, but by golly, she goes and gets them. And she invited me to come along for the ride. I guess I better, you know, get my learning hat on here and start paying attention. And that is a wonderful place to be. Another thing I want to mention to you, if you want to dig into this a little bit more, is a concept called adaptive leadership, ADAPTIVE, adaptive leadership. It's a theory of leadership that I really like, because to me, it is the 21st century leader. It is a leader who is able to sort of what they call get on the balcony. So you step back from a problem, you see across the enterprise, and you begin thinking through solutions in real time with your people. And many times you give the work back to the people to figure it out. You don't solve the problem for them. You guide them and you keep positive pressure on them to solve the problem themselves, which is a fantastic way to lead through change today. And we're all going through change.